Hey everybody, welcome back to the 34 Guitars Custom Shop. I'm Dave. I'll be your guide as we continue building the Flying V custom guitar. And we're going to try to finish up most of the construction of the neck in this episode, and then we'll be moving on to the body. Alright, welcome back everybody. In the last episode we made some pretty good progress on the neck, and in this episode we're going to kind of finish up this neck. We've got some medium jumbo stainless steel frets installed with the semi-hemispherical or hot dog fret ends. We've got the mother of pearl face dots fret markers in. The Luminlay glow-in-the-dark side dots in. Tuner holes are drilled. We've got the profile done. It's kind of a modern slim C taper. Feels really nice. We got the heel transition done. And so hopefully we'll get in this episode this neck finished up before we move on to the body. Got a little bit of work done on that already. But yeah, this neck is really coming along, looking great. Not too bad for an old guy, huh? How old do you guys ask? Well, let's just put it this way. I went to a Def Leppard concert back in the day when they still had 10 arms. And for you young guys and girls that don't know what that is, you can GTS that. And for you older guys and girls that are like, what's he talking about? GTS, Google that shit. So anyway, we're gonna watch how we finished up this neck, and then we'll move on to the body. I don't know if we'll get to that in this episode, but let's see how we got there. Here we're starting the fretting process. In this part I'm undercutting the fret tang so that it fits into the slot with the bound sides of the fretboard. The fret wire is already radiused. This is imparting the semi-hemispherical fret end or hot dog fret end. It's just a Dremel grinding stone with a little channel kind of cut into it with a diamond file that's rounded. Kind of imparts that hot dog fret end, and we do both sides of that. Here I'm kind of cutting off the little burr that kind of draws out as you're making the rounded fret ends. Hopefully you can kind of see the roundness of the end of the fret. Next step, we're measuring the fret. Kind of difficult when you're doing both sides rounded to get it exact, but I've kind of got a system down where I can get it pretty spot on. So after we cut that, we kind of go back to the wheel again, impart the other hot dog end on the other end. And then what I like to do, because most of the time I end up with mostly level frets because I haven't done the profile on the neck yet, and it's a perfectly flat fretboard and neck. I don't have to do a lot of leveling normally, and so I polish the frets before I even insert them, and that way when I go back, if I have to level one or two frets or even partial ends of a fret, then I'll do that. And if I don't, then everything's already pre-polished. So this little, it's kind of like a gray Scotch-Brite pad on a wheel, and it takes a lot of the tool marks off, gets them probably to the same condition as like a steel wool would get when you go over frets. Just removes a lot of the tool marks from the little Dremel tool. And then the next thing that we do here's the Luminlay metal polish. Works really good on stainless steel. I'm just putting this on a regular kind of bench grinder with a cloth wheel on it, and just kind of put a little bit into the wheel, and then polish the frets, both ends and the whole length of it if you can. I'm using these leather welding gloves because both as you're cutting these and as you're polishing, they get really hot. So just to keep from having to cool it off or drop it because it's too hot, I just wear the gloves, and it makes things really easy. Hopefully you can get a good look at how highly polished they are before we even insert them. Takes a while for it to focus, but when it does, hopefully you'll see it's pretty decent. And next we press the fret into the fretboard. I'm not sure why I couldn't find the footage, but these are glued in with some thin CA glue into the slot. That way they'll seat really well and stay in for a good long time. I kind of move it from side to side, make sure that the edges are actually seated in really, really well. And there's a good look at some of the frets already done. Now we're moving on to making the side knots. Alright, we're back at the bandsaw. I'm just taking off kind of the excess meat of the neck as we're getting ready to profile the neck. Try to get it to really close to the final thickness before we profile it. Just kind of makes the whole process a little bit easier. I do use the faceting method, which I'm sure if you're watching a lot of guitar building YouTube videos, you've probably seen before. I didn't go into great detail while I was carving it, but you can kind of see the lines here that show me where to kind of cut these facets. And basically you just cut the two side facets, facet down to the line on the side and the top, and then you progressively just kind of take a little bit off, kind of half each one of those facets and half again until the neck's pretty rounded. You end up with a really nice kind of C profile doing it that way. You can also change the lines and do kind of a offset type neck if you like. All right, we've been at carving this for a while, and now for the big reveal. Put some naphtha on there. Kind of shows you if there's any more scratches anywhere. Looks beautiful. Okay, back at the bench, we just drilled our holes in the headstock, and I just made a quick kind of drill guide template out of MDF that matched up to another Strat neck that I have. And so these holes are lined up really nice, and so I just used this as a guide and made sure the drill bit just carefully went in there and did all these, and they turned out just great. There's no tear out or anything. But so the Fender, actually most tuners, what I like to do is drill a hole that fits the bushing on the front, but it really won't fit the shaft here on the back. Get it the right way. So what we do is, so it has a nice tight fit on the front with the bushing, and then the back's going to be just about, you know, snug, as we ream out the rest of this with a little tapered reamer. Try to get my hands out of the way here, but basically just take a little of the excess out until this drops on down in there. And then we got to drill for the little nubs on here for the Fender style. And we'll do that right after I get these kind of fitted. So here's another fun little tool. Basically, it's a Stumac thing. It has a screw that comes in from the other side that indexes to the hole, and then you just line it up perpendicular to the headstock there, and we impart these little holes that have these little nubs that the Fender ones have, and they're, well, Schaller actually uses them too, but that way there's no little screws that you gotta drill a hole for. It's just these, and they go in there. So if you're doing a lot of guitars, this is another one of those essential tools. And here's my drill bit. I've got a little depth finder there, and basically we just drill out a hole. And you can see the two little nubs, and you can see the little bushing that cone-shaped indexes into the hole. And then all you have to do is line it up perpendicular and drill your holes. Right in there. Well, we got the tuners all mounted up. Just playing around a little bit with my logo placement. I think right there is kind of where we got to go. I tried it up in here, but there's just not enough room. This tuner's kind of in the way for it to look decent. So we're probably gonna have to go down there, but at least there'll be no string trees in the way, and it should be pretty good. Alright gang, I think that's about all we have time for in this episode. I'm going to call the neck pretty much done. We've got just the logo to inlay on the headstock, and then basically some finish sanding and finish. But next episode we'll be moving on to the body. Doing the F-hole, control cavity, pickups, and the neck pocket, of course. And I can't wait to show you the monster bit that we use for the body on that one. It's pretty cool. But I just wanted to take a little bit of time to say thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. The guitar building community's really a great one. I've kind of been involved outside of YouTube for quite a while, and it's just a great bunch of people. If you have any ideas for future episodes and you want to see something cool for me to build, go ahead and put that in the comments. We'll see what we can do. I do have some big plans for the channel. I want to do a giveaway this summer. Probably when I get to, I'd like to say when I get to 2,000 subscribers, I'll start on that one, and we're going to make the Battlecaster up there and give it away. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and share it with everybody that you can, and comment if you see something you like or you don't like. I'd like to hear it, and I appreciate it. Thanks.